There's an inside edge on this one. Maybe not, just hitting him high on the thigh. He's going to find it extremely tough to negotiate this, Babar Azam, because he's a fine player of a good batting surface. Here you've got to put your head to it and look out for variations and adjust. Will he be able to adjust? Will he adjust?
It's a fifth day wicket. Rankin is coming in now, steaming in. And that reared up.
Yeah, not easy. It's not going to be easy. He's what, about 6'7", 6'8". He's extremely tall, so he'll get the ball to jump off the surface. He'll use the variations with the pitch. Got to be prepared for it.
Every ball is being greeted with a catch it or a cry of anguish or celebration from Ireland's point of view thus far.
See off another 3, 4, 5 overs Pakistan, and things will ease up a bit. Not a lot. Then there will be the pressure of the runs to be chased. Loving every moment of this. Bit of history for him. Little kick.
He slips in the gully for Rankin. Nearly popped on. Sam chopping down at it. Just missed his stumps.
Yeah, and then he somehow kept it away from the hitting the stumps. Good Yorker, good change of length. It's a difficult ball to adjust to because the ball drops from a height of about 7.5. And it's a fuller length, so you can lose it in the backdrop.
When you're up for it, you're up for it. Looked around the corner. Fielder should cut that off. Stuart Thompson. And they'll run through for 2. Welcome release, welcome runs for Pakistan.
Yeah, 3 wickets in no time. Azhar Ali has had a very, very ordinary test match. His feet are moving all over, and brilliant piece of catching from Ed Joyce. Got rid of Haris Sohail. Then Asad Shafiq ventured into a big drive. In seeming conditions, you don't do that. He's feeling the pressure, Pakistani coach.
Runs, that the 6th over. At the end of it, Ireland have Pakistan at 17 for 3. Pakistani management looking on, probably in disbelief.
Keep that smile on. That's nice.
He had his head in his hands a few minutes ago.
I think he knows that he's on camera, so that's one for the photographers.
Good shot. Through the leg side for 2. Brightening up a little bit here in Malahide. It was darker a few moments ago, but someone is doing his best to try to break through. It's not through yet, but it certainly has got brighter. Well, Pakistan, we can see their 5-day performances in test matches since 2016. It's not a good one. They've only won 1.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a shocker. A bit of a disaster for them, because at one stage, about a couple of years back, they were the number 1 ranked ICC team in test matches, but the fall has been a severe one.
Nicely bowled again from Martin, beat the outside of the bat.
Yeah, batting has been an issue, so they've lost Misbah and Yunus, and so they need to find new fresh blood, fresh talent. It's not come through the ranks. The batting has been a real issue. And chasing is a real difficult question for them. Somehow it hits the system negatively.
Good shot. Just punched down the ground. One chase for Boyd Rankin. And 2 to the tally to take Pakistan on to 21 for 3. 14 for 3 a few moments ago.
150 run chase. You need one solid partnership, maybe of a 60 or 65, 70 and you're home. So Pakistan got to think about such milestones, not worry about whether they'll chase this down or not. Just look for a partnership of maybe a 30 or 40 at this stage. That'll relieve the nerves, that will settle the system.
Yeah, the wickets in hand. They've got plenty of batting to come as well. You know, Fahim at debut made 83 in the first innings. Good partnership between himself and Shadab, who made 55.
Some are asking that if the batting is so weak in a pressure situation, why enforce the follow-on? But you've got to learn as a side. I guess you've got to back yourself. And once they cross this hurdle, I'm sure they'll develop into a good team. I think it's a mental block. And it stays with you for a long time until you cross it. So it's a very good exercise against Ireland. Yeah, they are challenging Pakistan, but come the next half an hour, and if the wicket doesn't go down, then they can have Ireland on the mat. Not exactly on the mat, but they'll have the better of them.
Nice shape of that last delivery from Tim Murtagh. Yeah, the Pakistani squad is a mix of experience and inexperience. 5 of the squad haven't played a test match before. This one, with debutants in the side. And that's the end of that over. 21 for 3. Ireland lasted about 35 minutes this morning, losing those 3 wickets, making 339, indeed of 159, so Pakistan for the target of 160. Kevin O'Brien didn't add to his overnight score for 118, splashing at a wide one. Since Pakistan come into bat, they've lost 3 wickets. In Azhar Ali, up for 2, Arsalan for 7. And Shafiq bowled by Tim Murtagh has got 2 wickets for 1, so current state of play, 22 for 3. Pakistan given 88 overs to reach that 160. That's pretty irrelevant, so there's plenty of overs to go. Depends on the weather. At the moment, it's bright. The sun is trying to break through here in Malahide, so no problems thus far. Rankin continues. A shot on the up, that's going to go for 4, square the wicket.
He's shown energy and good common sense, Imam ul Haq, playing his first test match, and he's been proactive. I like the way he's run between the wickets, and every time a loose ball has been bowled, he's been on it. Just like that. That's a good blow under pressure.
Well, if you're in and around the Malahide area watching our coverage here, I'm going to pop down. There's only a tenner in. Number 16s go free. Whatever way this match goes, either Pakistan win or an Irish win, it's history in the making.
Nobody was expecting such a good contest. credit to Ireland. They bounced back like true heroes and almost in a very good position to spring a surprise.
When you consider Ireland were 7-4, all left for 130, forced to follow on. We thought we'd be home and hosed at this stage. To their credit, they've taken it to the fifth day, given something for Pakistan to think about with the loss of those 3 early wickets. Hack looks good out there so far for his 14, followed by Babar Azam. He got 14 for Pakistan in the first innings. Took it out well. Still an attacking field for Ireland. 3 slips of gully. Backward point, mid on, mid off. And then a fine leg. That's a beautiful delivery by Boyd Rankin. The slip swept up, but no wickets. 27 for 3.
And Pakistan were reeling. They were 2 for 1. Azhar Ali went 13 for 2. Haris Sohail went, and then 14 for 3 when Asad Shafiq lost his off stump to Tim Murtagh.
Fielded. And that's a fantastic piece of fielding by Andy McBride. On the field, of course, for Gary Wilson, who damaged an elbow. Even more impressive on the basis that he's got the shin pads on.
Goodness me, that ball was subterranean. Always induces a bit of uncertainty. Look at that, hasn't got up at all.
It's the type of delivery on that you want to make sure is as straight as it can be. But it is the nature of a fifth day pitch that these sorts of things are going to happen. Ireland need to remain patient. And bowl.
This will go. Flashed past Andrew McBride at cover, and that's gone for 4.
It's a measure of how Hack has played. He's played very positively here. And already 27 from 31 deliveries, and his busyness is the feature of his play. And not without class either, but from an Ireland perspective, making these boundaries, because obviously attacking is something they have to do. But, width is going to be at a premium.
Bowled. Now the story of today, if you're just tuning in, Ireland were bowled out for 339. And Kevin O'Brien, unfortunately, didn't add to his overnight total. He was caught at slip. The first ball he faced. And chasing 160, these are the wickets. The first was Azhar Ali, caught by Sterling. That was the end of Haris Sohail, beautifully caught by Joyce, and then Shafiq losing his off stump to Tim Murtagh. The wickets going down at 2, 13 and 14. At 14 for 3, Ireland was a great chorus of appeal and a great shout when Shafiq lost his stumps. Imam ul Haq has steadied the ship for Pakistan. 2 for 24 in 7 from Tim Murtagh. Boyd Rankin 5 overs 1 for 16, and Stuart Thompson's just into his second over. Well fielded.
Excellent fielding by Ed Joyce. Brings us to the end of the 14. Pakistan 45 for 3. And of course the destroyer of Ireland this morning, Abbas, constantly probing those areas in that corridor of uncertainty as was talked about, and I just wanted to talk about some of the half chances that may go a begging, perhaps that required Niall O'Brien maybe to sneak across, but tough one though.
It's ironic that I agree with what you're saying, that Mohamed Abbas bowled with great purpose and accuracy, and he kept threatening the stumps and LBW considerations, but the one ball that he bowled that was very wide was the ball this morning that accounted for Kevin O'Brien, and that's why Kevin was just absolutely forlorn, disconsolate, when he couldn't believe that he had chased such a wide delivery and not adding anything to his overnight total. That's why he was in utter despair. Had to get a crane to get him off. Bowled, beautifully bowled. Acknowledged as well by Babar Azam.
I spoke with Ramiz earlier. It is remarkable how often the ball has beaten the bat in this test match. No one more so than Tim Murtagh with such regularity. What a cracking delivery that was.
It's a leg cutter, it's just not too much, isn't it? Now, this is great stuff. This is really wonderful bowling from Tim Murtagh. It's his 9th over on the trot. Bowling his heart out for his country here.
Sometimes sport is a habit. You get a sense something might happen, but half chance, run out, hang on to any form of scraps. Niall O'Brien chirping away. Don't know that he'd quite understand that, Niall. That little colloquialism of chafe. I know what you mean, though, Chief.
It's a great over. It's a maiden from Tim Murtagh. 17 overs bowled. It's 52 for 3. And that is lunch, with Pakistan set to score 160 to win this enthralling test match. Found themselves in all kinds of trouble at 14 for 3. They go into lunch 52 for 3 with Tim Murtagh, hero of the hour, with 2 wickets. Pakistan need another 108 to win. And of course Ireland are looking for 7 more wickets. What a contest this promises to be this afternoon, and what a contest it's been for 4 gripping days. That's how it stands. Pakistan will put into bat by William Porterfield, and then Ireland will, after Pakistan's 310 for 9 declared, Ireland bowled out for 130. Ireland responded 339. Kevin O'Brien for that century. Pakistan now 52 for 3. So the Ireland batting card today, they resumed at 319 for 7, and they lost Kevin O'Brien quickly, Tyrone Kane and Boyd Rankin.
Again, the Ireland wickets, disconsolate Kevin O'Brien. Abbas, award for his great effort, and Boyd Rankin attempting to leave one go. And finally, Tyrone Kane. For Abbas to amass his 5 wickets, and thoroughly deserved by him, and you can see obviously what it meant to him.
Yes, a great effort by Mohamed Abbas. 5 for 66 to go with his 4 in the first innings and 9 for 110 in the match. Mohammad Amir, despite that bad knee injury, his right knee is still inflamed. 3 for 63 and 1 for 63 from Shadab Khan. Now Pakistan, well, they were in utter despair at 14 for 3. Azhar Ali going, Haris Sohail and Asad Shafiq. And since then, Imam ul Haq has played steadily and he's had good support from Baba Azam. First man was Azhar Ali.
Azhar Ali's easy catch there to Sterling at slip, and an even better catch in front of Ed Joyce, and finally what a delivery to get rid of Shafiq. And at that point Pakistan were reeling at 14 for 3, but they've recovered and are now at lunch 52 for 3.
Tim Murtagh 2 for 27, bowling with a huge heart. Boyd Rankin 1 for 16, Stuart Thompson at 9 for 9. You would think that Tim Murtagh's going to have to bowl virtually unchanged.
It's an interesting interview as well with Brendan Griffin TD. Very supportive of Irish cricket, as of course has Alan Lewis. And Trent Johnson rejoins us in the box as well. Looking good though for Pakistan at this stage. After those early wickets, Ireland would have been cock a hoop, Trent, but it's nearly Pakistan's way now, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. The partnership at 94, 135 balls. I think the standout for me has been the running between the wickets. You could probably relate a lot of sort of poor running between wickets with Pakistan teams in the future or in the past. But certainly the intent, the positivity, the running between the wickets, they've valued every opportunity to take a run and they've taken it. They've really dealt on anything that's been short and full, and it's been an outstanding partnership so far.
Another one to the total. Ireland just got to keep plugging away and hope. Drop by Bob Burney has been costly. And they have to take every single opportunity, such as the smaller round of runs that they have to play with. Pakistan, that's how they stand. Nice shots from Imam. He's a quality player. I think it's maiden 50. Shots along the ground, punching him through the covers look pretty good. Marks him as one for the future for Pakistan, I'd say.
Certainly be a lot more comfortable bowling to the right-hander Kane. You can see the field placings that Porterfield's put in the 3 slips in the gully. You can tell him getting that natural swing away here, enticing him into drive. It's a much better delivery. Started this over a little bit better than what he did his first couple. We see the big fella chase off after that. Cut it down to 1.
Just that safely past the bat. Pakistan now need 50 to win. As we sit here now, after the lunch session, Ireland certainly would have taken this position a couple of days ago. Remember, they were 4 down for 7 runs after Pakistan had declared on 310 for 9. We're thinking this will be a 3-day test match, perhaps. Humiliation for Ireland, but they dug deep. Made 130. Were asked to follow on by Pakistan. A magnificent century by Kevin O'Brien and contributions from the likes of Stuart Thompson, who made 53, and Ed Joyce, who made 43. Helped Ireland to a decent total of 339. We're talking yesterday, if they could push on and get a lead of around 150, that would be good, and that's exactly what they've done. And then those 3 Pakistani wickets to fall early on had us thinking maybe get an Irish victory. This pair now are looking well set. And the total required now down to below 50. End of 28, 1-1-2 for 3. Partnership of 98. Imam and Barbara Azam. It's taken to within Pakistan to within 48. We will be keeping an eye on the rainfall radar. There is rain apparently coming this way, 30 to 40% chance of rain in the next hour.
Rankin's first over was a little bit short and down leg side. Position of the game now that Ireland have got to take wickets. Tyrone Kane's last over was a lot better than the previous two, but maybe you've got to throw the ball to Stuart Thompson or even give it back to Tim Murtagh. This game isn't going to go the 60 overs that's left. The run rate that Pakistan have been scoring at is a tad under 4, and that's the highest it's been throughout the whole game. So there ain't going to be 60 overs left in this fixture if Ireland don't get 7 wickets. I think the best thing is that William Porterfield's still attacking with 3 slips in the gully. He's asking questions of his bowler. He's his most experienced test match bowler in his second test, Boyd Rankin. He wants him to hit just on or outside off stump and leaving the right-hander.
Just hit him. Barbara Azam. No stroke effort. No accrued. Balbirnie.
So changing the field here, going back. Boyd's going back around the wicket here. Balbirnie comes out of third slip. Kevin O'Brien. O'Brien at a leg gully. And Tyrone Kane just a little bit inside him at a fine leg.
This should bring up the 100 partnership between this pair. Yes. 14 for 3. Now becomes 114 for 3. Fourth wicket partnership of 100.
So there's a big moment in the game earlier on. Bubba was on 9. Straight in and straight out. Could have been so different for Ireland if that catch had been held by Andrew Balbirnie. Talk about those moments in the games where momentum swings, it changes. It's unfortunate those things happen. Obviously works very hard at his game, but it would have been a crucial moment to hang on to that ball.
No ball. Just overstepping the mark. Good call from the umpire. 1-2 the tally. Just referring back to the Bernie drop, Trent. This a couple of times in this game, the ball hasn't come off the bat and carried 2 slips in both innings as well, but it was at a reasonable height for Balbirnie, I would have thought.
Yeah, it was. He was relatively close there as well. We spoke about that at the start of the innings, especially off Tim Murtagh, who doesn't have the pace of a Rankin or even probably Stuart Thompson. So credit to Balbirnie, got himself in a position to take the catch and just couldn't quite grab it. And, those things happen in cricket.
Certainly didn't do it deliberately. End of the over. 1-1-5 for 3.
This case has become a priority. Anonymity.
This is what Ireland faced this summer after this test. They played already in the World Cup qualifiers out in Zimbabwe. Unfortunately, from their point of view, did not qualify for next year's World Cup in England. So they've got 2 T20s against the Netherlands in Rotterdam, and then 2 against Scotland before they face India here in Malahide. And then they've got 6 games against Afghanistan, 3 T20s and 3 ODIs. Afghanistan themselves have qualified for the World Cup next year. You're going to tell us, Trent, what you like. Stop. They see more something change in the field or something?
I think this is okay. I think we've got to continue to have those attacking guys in the slips. Thompson here giving the ball a chance to swing, maybe just a little bit wide. And Tyrone Kane very good there, just in front of point. But no, I think that the way that you're going to get wickets here is obviously attacking the stumps, which has been the formula for the whole game, attacking the stumps, pads, caught in slips. I really think that when they're dropping blokes out square, just behind squares, it's a tactic to sort of play with the batsman's head, to have the batsman thinking that maybe the short ball's coming and they're not quite getting forward to the fuller ball, and you get them driving and caught behind or caught in the slips, or a catch like Ed Joyce took in the gully. So those little things you can change around, but certainly I think William Porterfield and Stuart Thompson have got this right. Ireland need wickets.
That's a lovely shot again on the up. It's going to roll away for 4. It's now less than 40 runs needed. And Babar Azam goes to 48.
Yeah, it's the right idea. It's just too wide. At his pace, against his quality of opposition, it's just too wide. You can't allow the batsmen to get their hands free and punch that through the covers. So Thompson's getting some nice swing with the ball. He just needs to probably just adjust his line a little bit straighter, and then you see Babar Azam's been brilliant today. 48 not out. His batting partner then, Babar Azam, 52 off 90 balls, 8 fours. The way Imam went in and celebrated and congratulated his partner and getting that 50 was, these two guys have been outstanding, and I think for Coach Mickey Arthur and Steve Rickson, it's a pleasing sign for these guys going into the first test at Lords.
Real contrast to Mickey Arthur a little while ago, smiling, but unfortunately for 3, he was anything but. His head was down and bowed, but this pair, Azam and Imam ul Haq, pushing Pakistan closer to the victory total. First 50 for Babar Azam in 7 innings. Made 3 consecutive ODI hundreds against the West Indies and the UAE. 19th 3rd test against New Zealand and Hamilton. There's a quality batsman.
What time is that rain getting here?
Well, it's supposed to be in and around now. But in all honesty, let's just finish this off now. Let's get a result. Ireland have performed heroically in this test. Historic first test for Ireland. Last ball of that over, 129 for 3.
Imran Khan. But there's a lot of good young players coming through the ranks in Pakistan, who we have seen for the last 3 years in the Pakistan Super League. This is Shadab Khan, who's taking his chance as well. There's no Yasir Shah. He's got a nasty injury, so he's out of the reckoning. So it's a run out. Andrew Balbirnie, the fielder, he's done well there. And Babar Azam has run out for 59. He faced 114 balls, and Pakistan 140 for 4.
I wonder, maybe it did hit the bat, but had it not been, he was absolutely stone dead.
Alberni again. Well, they're not going out without a fight here, Ireland. They have fought every hour of this test match over 4 days. That was the piece of fielding that saw the end of Babar Azam. Brilliant piece of fielding.
And again here, the pressure for Stuart Thompson bowling that little bit straighter. So, 20 still required for victory here. Ireland bringing in McBride from the point boundary. So I'm sure there'll be an anxiety to make sure they keep Sarfaraz on strike for the next over. Last ball of the over this. And that's Pakistan 140 for 4.
Feature of Mohammed Abbas's batting, bowling, was the fact that he bowled so straight. And yet the most unlikely delivery was the widest one he bowled this morning to Kevin O'Brien, who chased it. And that was the end of Kevin O'Brien. Took a long time to get him off the middle as well, because he was just so disconsolate that he'd got out without adding to his overnight total.
Again, Marta probing, teasing. Interesting. Not many runs have come off the last 25, 26 deliveries. 4 or 5, and it's that dot ball pressure. And you can see O'Brien disconsolate there. And gift for Abbas, who will feature heavily at Lord's, I would imagine. Large contingent of Pakistan supporters gathered in the ground, and much to their delight goes away for 4.
Yeah, it's good stuff, this, from Tim Murtagh. He's not express pace, he knows that. His pace probably a couple of years ago was a yard or so quicker than this, but he relies on bags of experience, 712 first-class wickets, and just knows the right area to bowl.
Seems to do so much with his wrist talent, just at the point of delivery. You know, that straighter one, the one that just nips back.
144 for 4 Pakistan.
Well, he's shown Imam ul Haq, he's shown that he's got the temperament for test match cricket, and adding to that wonderful entry on his CV with the century in the ODI, his debut in the ODI last year in Sri Lanka. Here he is now. He won't get a century here, hasn't got enough runs to get. So Ireland have had a wonderful go here in the last 2 days. We've made Pakistan fight every inch of the way. That man there, Kevin O'Brien, will never forget this match.
Yes, you're quite right. You can't question the fight. And I think that has been appreciated by not only the people who've been in the ground, but messaging, social media, all outlets of communication that you see has been so complimentary of this performance. You and I, Alan, sat here at lunchtime on day 2.
Freezing.
Oh, it was a lovely day.
Quick single here.
But I think it is of equal benefit to Pakistan. And with the lead up to Lords, it'll be very interesting to hear the views of Ramiz from a Pakistan perspective with a test match in Lords coming up.
He's got a very critical eye.
Now, this has been a good exercise actually, because Pakistan were run hard by Ireland, and I think they needed this contest. I think there's a bit of a wake-up call for Sarfraz also, because the bowling looked a little out of sorts on a good batting day. It lacked venom and variety and expression, and I'm sure come the Lord's Test match he would have sorted a couple of things regarding the bowling combination. I think Hassan Ali has got to make his way back into the playing 11.
Also, the other thing is, Ramiz, are they going to, this Pakistan team, are they going to be reliant only on Sharad Khan as their only recognised spinner?
I think that's the only option that they've got in the squad. So he's the only spinner, regular spinner. And also, what about Azhar Ali? I don't like the fact that he's been asked to open the innings in this brittle batting lineup. I wouldn't say brittle exactly, but inexperienced batting lineup. You probably need him at number 3 and Asad Shafiq at number 4. So that's a no ball, bringing the total required to 12.
I think there's a big plus. Yeah, big overstep. Big plus for Pakistan was Mohammad Amir coming through yesterday and bowling again today. That troublesome knee, it's his right knee, it's the leg that lands, and hopefully he'll be fit for Lords.
Yeah, it bowled splendidly well. Very good bowling spell. It's a beautiful ball to end the over. 148 for 4.
Delivery of that. Even gets the acknowledgement of Nigel Long. And a wry grin from Tyrone Kane.
More, and that'll relieve a lot of pressure, because Pakistan were always supposed to be better than Ireland. They were supposed to win this test match, but it was a close affair in the end.
The first test against England. Now, England's squad, Joe Root, the captain, of course, Jimmy Anderson, Johnny Bairstow. Still not certain who will keep wicket. It could be Bairstow. Could even be Jos Buttler, who's been brought into the side. Don Best, the 20-year-old Somerset off-spinner. Stuart Broad, Jos Buttler, Alistair Cook. He's got to turn around his winter form by some stretch. Got this through. There's no third man, and it's just been timed nicely, and they'll go for 4.
Lovely shot here, crunched off the back foot late. Wide of backward point. And Sarfraz And it raced away. Before, just open the blade. Beautiful shot. So 8 to win now. So just to finish that squad, David Milan in Middlesex, Ben Stokes, Mark Stoneman, Chris Wokes and Mark Wood, the Durham quick bowler. Oh, now then, yes, that's a wicket that Stuart Thompson has been looking for. He's been bowling with great earnest and great resolve. And Thompson gets the wicket of Sarfraz, traps in LBW. Sarfraz didn't look pleased. It'll be interesting to see. So Sarfraz, LBW for 8. So we are. I suppose the question might have been out. Certainly didn't look to get anything up. Was it slipping past leg stump? But Stuart Thompson's not bothered. Sarfraz, LBW for 8. Certainly no sign of hitting it to me.
55 in the first innings, Shadab Khan. Well, Thompson has been persevering, looking for a breakthrough, and he's got it. With Pakistan need just 8 to win, and what a good innings this has proved for Pakistan by the young Imam Ul Haq, his debut test match. 70 not out. Others went for 59 after Pakistan were 14 for 3. Oh, goodness. That is just a terrific ball.
Former player Trent Johnson, who's with us for so many years, has enjoyed it just as much as we have.
But he would love to have bowled this. I know that. Would have pulled that one out of the bag, wouldn't you? Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously after day 1 washed out, and now to take it into the second last session of day 5, not a lot of people would have expected that from this group of guys out there. And you know, coaching staff obviously believed they had an opportunity, and support staff, and even the players themselves. So great occasion. You know, the fight shown yesterday afternoon by Kevin O'Brien and Stuart Thompson, Tim Murdoch's performance with the ball. You know, there's a lot of positives that have come out of this game for Ireland. You know, so they can be very happy, very proud of themselves, very proud as an organisation to be able to host something like this, and you know, to be competitive. A lot of people would have questioned how competitive Ireland would have been, and you know, so for them to take it into day 5, yes, day 1 was washed out, but still a fantastic effort by everyone involved. I think the basis of what you're saying as well is that Ireland have competed. They've competed on equal terms. They have certainly not looked like the new boys of Test cricket. No, not at all. You probably look around that field now and you might see 1 or 2 guys that potentially might not play Test match cricket again, depending on when Ireland play. But I think the next group of players, a crop of players coming through, you know, to fit in with the group that have already played this game. You know, it all looks good for Ireland in the future. You know, they're going to be very competitive, especially playing in their own conditions here in Malahide, or you know, whether against play up in Stormont, I'm not sure about that. So, you know, it's exciting times for Irish cricket.
I think probably there was so much pressure in the lead up to Test status with the existing team as it was. There was always this talk of an ageing team, but there's reasonable bowling stocks coming through. Rob Castle has been impressed with that, but perhaps the most challenging pieces will be, you know, replacing the likes of Ed Joyce from a batting point of view. So that's going to be a big challenge moving forward. But I think what this game will do is it's going to inspire that breed of cricketer that's just underneath this level to look at Stuart Thompson yesterday in particular, to show you and tell you what can be done. And I think the other thing that Ireland has shown, and I don't know whether you'd agree with this, Trent, but there has been a habit over the years, more because of the culture of what cricket was like. We've pushed our younger players into the international scene. If you felt they had that ability, that's what you did. Into the 43rd, 153 for 5.
Trent Johnson. Trent, for you, I mean, it was a diet of one-day cricket. It was short-form cricket. This is now, it's Test cricket, it's on the horizon. So for the new raft of players, I mean, we're seeing it across the globe now, players, cricketers saying, I'm going to play white ball, I'm going to play red ball. Do you envisage that scenario with Ireland, or given the fact that the player base is not that big, that they're going to have to play all forms?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question, especially now Ireland didn't qualify for the World Cup next year in England. So there'll be a couple of guys that will, obviously move out of the white ball game and maybe concentrating on red ball cricket. But I think that's purely just from an age thing, and I think it's, we spoke about just then about the younger guys coming in. Well, those younger guys have got to be surrounded by experienced guys. So if you lose the likes of Ed Joyce, well, William Porterfield's got to stay there and, maybe bring in the next opening batsman. If a Niall O'Brien decides to hang his, Tim Murtagh, someone like that, these county guys are going to have to make a decision in a couple of years' time as well, if they play county cricket or if they declare for Ireland. So it's an interesting sort of time for Ireland and the configuration of their squad and their team and, how they go about their business. But we've seen enough here over the last 4 days to say that, they're going to be competitive in Test match cricket. We dominated associate cricket, which was 4-day cricket. The Intercontinental Cup, which we won 4 out of the 6 times it was run. So red ball cricket's not, something different to this group of Irish players. So it's exciting times.
I think the other thing, interestingly, is it's a format of the game that they actually like playing. Most players come up with a diet of limited over cricket, but when they get the opportunity to bat longer sessions, and interesting, even coming into this match, and particularly Stuart Thompson, who came on the back of a big 100 for the Warriors against the Leinster Lightning. So, it's that sort of thing that's going to add spice to selection and also encourage the younger players that are coming through to perform at this level.
So you take back to Australia a very strong message back to cricket fans down under.
Yeah, I think so, and they've been watching this broadcast today and over the last couple of days, so they can certainly see, how well Ireland's played here. There is a history of Australian players playing for Ireland, and the connection that they have and their friends and family. So people are very aware of how Ireland are, and that's the 44th over, and Pakistan are 155 for 5.
He's cajoling his teammates here from behind the stumps. Oh, hello, he wants a ball now as well. Get the gloves off there now.
He's done everything else. He loves the camera, doesn't he? No, the camera's on him. You can see the big screen.
And he's saying, come on, let's get a couple more out. Come on, let's just not make it easy for them. Stuart Thompson to field that dive for the first time, missed it, but couple there to shut out. Pakistan need 3.
Interesting that Trent pointed to connections in Australia. Nick Larkin, of course, Irish heritage, playing in New South Wales, but going back to 07 when Trent was playing, there was 5 players of overseas extraction. Trent through residency, Andre Bolter through residency, Langford Smith. These were the players that helped the cause. And it's quite a funny thing, funny with sport, when you're winning, no one really bothers, because, you know, there was a real Irish feel around the side, and I don't know whether that was something you thought about, Trent, at those periods that you were playing, but it never seemed to bother anyone as that odyssey continued into 11-15.
Yeah, I think it was a lot to do with Adrian Bill. He sort of identified in 2003 what he needed in the squad, and he identified an opening batsman, an all-rounder, opening bowlers, so to strengthen what they already had here. So he created that culture, he created that vision, I suppose, and that vision come to fruition in 2007. So another name I want to throw in here, we've seen he's one of the great characters of cricket worldwide, and he's a wonderful player himself, and you worked with him. Phil Simmons had given so much to Irish cricket, and I know that he's given huge messages of support for Ireland, and he got the mindsets right, he got things, structures right for Irish cricket, and a big supporter. So many people have played their part in Ireland getting to where they are now.
Not a man to be argued with, Big Phil. I think I never quite realised what sort of size in kilos was, but a great cricket brain, and always enjoyed Phil's company. I was chairman of selectors around that time, and always valued his judgment.
Couple here. Two to win, a couple here, and they'll go back for the second run, and it is Imam Ul Haq who gets the 2 runs that win this test match, this inaugural test match for Pakistan, and he has played a leading hand, 72 not out on his debut test for Pakistan, and for William Porterfield and the men in green for Ireland. This has been an outstanding test match, their inaugural test, and they can hold their heads very high. They have had a wonderful time here at Malahide. That man there, the pinnacle of his career, with a century, Ireland's first test centurion, Kevin O'Brien, and each and every one of those cricketers wearing that wonderful Irish cricket sweater can take a bow. It has been an outstanding performance. They have lost the test match, but it's much more than the result. Pakistan have won this test. They have 2 tests against England, but this will forever be etched into the minds of those cricketers who played their part in this occasion here at Malahide in Dublin.
Absolutely wonderful test match, which Pakistan have won by 5 wickets. And so many ebbs and flows in this game, and Ireland can be incredibly pleased with what they've brought to the party. Real committed performance, a real fight. And Pakistan knew they were in a test match, and a lot of relief in that changing room, I would imagine.
Well, it's all kinds of congratulations going on here. Imam Ul Haq finishing 74 not out. Kevin O'Brien with that century, 118. Sarfaraz knows that his Pakistan team, there are a lot of young players in their team, were given a real fright by Ireland in their inaugural test match. And it's been an absolute privilege to be here to see these events unfold.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after day one was washed out, and we got pretty much 4 full days of cricket in, and 4 days of competitive cricket. There's Kevin O'Brien, and his brilliant 100 really got Ireland back into the game. Tim Murder, without a shadow of a doubt, Ireland's best bowler, asked questions every time he had the ball in his hand, and there's the captain, William Porterfield. This morning thought they were probably a bit of a chance if Kevin O'Brien could, get through an early period and they could put on another 60 or 70 runs and get it well over 200. Yes, it didn't quite go. The script was a good one yesterday
It was a wonderful day, but these are the winning runs. Sarfraz happy that there was no banana skin this afternoon here in Malahide. Imam Ul Haq, 74 not out on his test debut, winning the test match, getting the winning runs for Pakistan.
And you can see what it meant to him. So there we are. There's the scorecard. Fantastic 74 by Ul Haq, backed up by Babar Assam with 59, and they win by 5 wickets.
Classy 74 it was, and Tim Murtagh 2 for 55, 6 wickets in the match for Tim Murtagh, great servant of Irish cricket. Boyd Ranking 1 for 57, 1 for 31, Stuart Thompson, and Tyrone Kane had 6 overs for 70. So a match that was played eventually over 4 days, but it was enthralling cricket, it really was. Pakistan, they were put into bat, 310 for 9 declared, Ireland 130, and following on 339, Kevin O'Brien 118, Pakistan 160 for 5, Imam Ul Haq 74 not out, Pakistan winning by 5 wickets. We'll take a little break, a short break. We'll be back with the post-match presentation very shortly.